Just a quick show of hands. How many of you have heard of the Bloomberg terminal? That's exactly what we are trying to do, but for the private investors community. This is our vision. We believe that through long-term informed investing, we're able to narrow the gap of wealth inequality. Why is it an important issue? It's because currently most of the assets under management are done by the elite institutions, the guys like BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard. They manage money on our behalf. You have very poor access and low visibility on what they're exactly doing. Why I mention BlackRock? Because I used to work there. Here's the founding team. Me and Yu Chen, who's our COO, used to work at BlackRock. We used to manage money for large institutional clients. Our CTO, Alistair, used to work at Interactive Investor as their head of execution-only capabilities. We also have Scott, who used to work at senior management positions in Facebook, BSkyB, Johnson & Johnson. We came all together with one shared vision. That is, we need to give the power of investing back to individuals. The individuals should be able to make investment decisions with a long-term informed mindset. What are the current issues facing DIY investors? First of all, like that trophy to our great national football team since 1966, people have very poor access to high-quality financial information. Think about this research process. You need to go through various websites just to download the financial statements. It takes hours and hours to put the data all together. A lot of you may still need to rely heavily on Google Finance as a starting point. Very poor access. Pain point number 2, inefficient. Just like Sanchez joining Man United, he became inefficient. Your research process is highly inefficient, as we are seeing today. Just think about the normal process. You start with reading all kinds of news, unprocessed. Some may be noise, some may be valuable. You don't really know who they are exactly. Pain point number 3, expensive. If you look at Bloomberg Terminal, it costs more than $25,000 a year, and it's only serving elite institutions. As private investors, we have very low affordability for something like an expensive Bloomberg Terminal. Just like the Qatari Football Association paid to get their 2020 World Cup. What are the options? You have the options of paying expensive financial advisors who may not be 100% independent, and they are sometimes not 100% impartial. So that's the issue you run with paying for an expensive financial advisor. The last pain point, because of the 3 pain points we've identified so far, you became highly emotional. Private investors, you like to trade on short-term news, on your hunch. We don't really have a long-term, well-structured, consistent investment process. Just think about the key difference between us and the fund managers working at BlackRock, Fidelity, Schroders. They have that consistent process. They are able to do that with the help of data. You don't want to be the guy like that with the 3 fingers, do you? Instead, we want you to become effortless and cool and chill. We want you to be a guy like this. So how are we going to do that? It's all lying in our secret sauce. Automation. We automate the whole research process and bring efficiency to you. How are we going to do that? This is our current snapshot of the existing app. The app is downloadable in both iOS and Android. It's our beta feature. There are 3 key features. The first one is that we automatically rank all the securities, both companies and funds. For funds, we have passives, trusts, and ETFs, and mutual funds. For companies, we're now covering all the developed markets exchanges. What we do is basically go into each individual financial statement and then automate the whole research process. So that, for example, you want to know something about Apple, you basically just go to our app and you see a breakdown of how we do that automated research on our behalf. How good the quality is for Apple. What about the valuation? And what about the momentum? We do that calculation and then we compare those metrics within the whole universe of more than 4,000 companies so that you know what you should have and what's the opportunity cost of having Apple. Should you consider Facebook? Is Amazon